person who took the rigging class from the solo test also. This is the test, and these are the answers. This is a handout from the front desk. They have a version with just the question, and then they have a version with both the question and the answer. So as soon as possible, memorize those things, get your solo rating, even if you forget right after that. At least you can go on and practice, and that's the way to learn these things. Let me try a few questions. How do you know the sale is on the verge of a lot? How do you get a sale to the verge of a lot?
Let it out of right.
Let it out and pull it in until it just stops bumping. That's the verge of a lot. What is the definition of attack?
Two definitions. Two definitions. Three definitions.
The turn, the maneuver. The bow. The attack is when the wind's coming from in front of you and it's crossing from one side to the other. How do you start attack? Head out, push the tiller toward the sail. And so a jibe, it's just the opposite, wind coming from behind you, crossing from one side to the other. And you initiate that out.
Tiller away from the sail.
Tiller away from the sail, gently. Very long, gently. How far away do you have to stay from the shore? What do you do if you're going around? RSC. Rudder, out, sailboard, sail halfway down, centerboard out. What do you do if you have a person fall overboard? Sail halfway down and watch them. They're not going to drown. Everybody's wearing a life vest. By the way, you can capsize. Didn't cover that part. Stay with the boat. Don't try to swim to shore. Just stay with the boat. It'll be out really fast. The two boats are approaching each other on opposite tacks. Which boat has the larger wind? Starboard tack. The boat with the wind coming from the starboard side. This boat has the wind coming from the starboard side. And this boat has the wind coming from the port side. This boat has our way. What's the cardinal rule of collisions here? That's easy. How do you get into safety position? Coast reach and at the main sheet out, at the sail out. How do you get started again? You put the sail in, pull the tiller rail. The main thing is to get started, pull the sail in. Now, some people were thinking about how do you get out of irons? How do you get out of irons? Push the boom away from you, pull the tiller toward you. You'll get out of irons. And then to get started, pull in the main sheet, center the tiller. So just pushing the boom out with their arm and pulling the tiller toward you is how to get out of irons. It's a separate question. How do you start moving once you're out of irons? Pull in the main sheet, out your gas pedal, center the tiller so you stay going straight. If you are healing too much, what are the three things you can do? What's the first thing? Get out. Hike out. First thing is hike out, because it's not just a macho thing, I don't want to slow down. It's also how you'll pass the helmsman test so you can take out guests. The most common way people fail that test is by not hiking out first. It also gives you your two other options. If the wind blows even stronger. If you do one of the two other things, those are like your lifelines. You can only use once. Hike out first. Now, if that's not enough, what else can you do? Sail out, main sheet out, or head out. encourage you to get your test as soon as possible, one way or another. You know, even if you forget a couple minutes later, there's really not harm to get out there on the water. And then afterward, if you need a refresher, just drop in on any mainsail class, or go up for an informal discussion, or just ask any other member. And the way to get the test is go to the dock house and ask who's available, or come to me right at the house. Okay? It's a verbal test, that's it. Nothing on the water. It's important to do all that sail experience. The mainsail class, so the question is, after the solo rating, is it important to take the mainsail class? It's actually important not. You need to get the hands-on experience. And then the mainsail class is different. There, mainsail focus on efficiency of sea, and you'll be responsible for documents, testing on the documents. And you'll be responsible. You'll be learning how to handle stronger winds and lots of planes. You absolutely need hands-on practice.
I know. I understand the protocol.
Okay, I'll be here. Questions?
Oh, no.
All set. Thank you.
Want to go get some lunch?
So I'm here.
You just need to do the sole verbal and the reading.
Right away, in state of and also yell out the start. The boat has to give way. Now, technically, actually speaking, that's all we get out. Technically, should go. So in this case, like that, or oh, actually, sorry, this is an example of the wing was down here. So once I get right away, this boat here, turn. I usually have to upward wings, always. And they come nose to each other and